finally got you. The fact we've had to pin you down in your own house, but we've got you.
If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be where we are with catapults, just as much as me and hundreds of other people.
So let's go back to the start. So, like, as I said, I've picked up catapults just because I've met a few people that... How did kind of catapult really start for you? Because it wasn't like it is today, obviously.
No, well, I'd always been into shooting and taking dogs out and things like that, and I had an experience with some police officers who accused myself, Mr L and Mr D, shall we say. Anyway, we got accused and they took us rifle offers. Never heard anything to go back to court, never heard anything about it, and I said, right, I'm going to practice with a catapult. I practiced with a catapult, bought all sorts of stupid stuff to start with. You try this, try that. Just looked on the internet and there wasn't really anybody doing anything really special. And I got the catapult, started off.
Was it Milbro kind of stuff, or was it people putting forks on, or were a few Chinese stuff already coming on the market? Or?
No, I'd seen the only really catapult that I'd seen was the Diablo. Started with that and thinking, well, how can I make it go better and things like that. Just one day, just went on the internet and had a look and saw Dan Kung. Bought that, thought it was out of this world, something super. Bought that, entered the Chatsworth catapult competition that's held once a year at the Game Fair, and won it.
So Chatsworth Game Fair, so that's obviously, it's a really well-known game fair held at the Chatsworth estate, isn't it?
Yeah.
When did they start having the catapult thing? I mean, the catapult, I'm trying to think, catapult must have been an enough of a thing, or was it just a thing that poachers and gamekeepers all had tucking away to?
Well, I always thought it was just when you go to the game fair and you see a stall, I just thought it was just a catapult stall. Yeah. And I saw the trophy. I thought, right, I'm having some of this. Got so friendly with the people that own it. Mr Moxon, Ma, such a wonderful family. Met them, they told me about the trophy, been friends with them ever since, entered it every year, got so many people to enter it, and it just took off, and the actual person that started it before them, I'm ever so sorry I forgot his name, he'd started this competition with the targets at Chatsworth, and it's been going since 1960.
Oh, has it been going that long?
Yeah, I'm sure it has. I might be
wrong. No, but I've seen it, or seen a picture of it at Gamekeeper John's house, because his name's on it, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had it on twice.
Have you had it twice?
I think Jumbo's had it on 3 times.
Did he get it last year? The last one before this lockdown?
Lip, were it you? Or I think it were.
I think it were, because I remember him just seeing, he didn't come to Scotland and he looked chuffed as beans. You know, because he's got a cracking smile anyway.
It's such an hard competition. There's, when we first started doing it, me and Jumbo, it was the high scores over the period that got through to shoot on the Sunday, which was the last day. Oh, okay. So you only had to score like 50 or 60, and we could do it. We was in the final, and then people started coming. 70. You've got to get 70 out of 70 just to qualify for the day.
Oh my gosh!
So you can stand there all day long and just keep going like that.
Oh, but you can pay your money and you can keep going until you got it. Okay, so it's not a you could crumble kind of thing.
Well, it's so hard because you know yourself. You're just that one shot, and especially if it's your first one, you might as well just throw it over straight across. They're no good. Can I have another target, please? Because you know that you've got to get that 70. Wow.
So you kind of made a rod for your own back going, everyone come and join this, and then everyone starts getting better. Because a lot of the people that we've talked to that have been there from day dot, I'd say, in the competition side of things, have been really trying to encourage people, and then they're kind of watching going, now all the people I've encouraged seem to be doing better. And it's good, but it's also a bit irky because you're thinking, oh, I just wanted that one more trophy. And then everyone's just amazing, the kids today, I tell you.
It's like we said, so many people now are getting so absolutely brilliant with it. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good. So when you were back in the day then, so that's old TheraBand kind of days, isn't it?
TheraBand Gold Harpoon Elastic.
You're on straights though? You're on
straight
bands?
Never ever cut. We were buying pizza cuts just to start with to cut and things like that until we really got into it. And our mate who started with me, he said, right, we need this, need that, get this mark, try this, try that. it just took off, didn't it?
Do you think, was it more, because obviously if you, with the rifles before, you come from a hunting background or countryside, or was that just, yours is always more on the target side and the skill side and having a bit of a laugh?
I'd always, like I said, I'd always took dogs out and either had a rifle or something that I shouldn't have on me, I suppose.
Yeah.
Causing a bit of mischief, and I just loved that idea of having something so small in your pocket and just go for a walk. And to this day now, we still have people that come shooting with us and they could turn up with air rifles, and we say, right, go for that down there. And they go, what? Can I rest? No, you've got to stand up and rest it like that.
Yeah.
Oh, my, what? And you're hitting that all that time, yeah.
You're like, yeah, and then you just get your catapult, ping it out. Yeah. Well, this is the thing, because actually, if you look back, most people's memory of catapults is quite like little French cartoons with the little naughty boys, you know, with the catapults on the back, Le Poupée, whatever it's called, and Dennis the Menace, and it was always causing trouble, breaking windows and stuff. And you kind of go, oh no, it's really all about tournaments now. But a little bit of you's going, nah, it's about whacking cans off walls as well. You know, you checked around, you're being a bit more grown up, you know.
When people said to me, catapult?
Well, you're 5.
And I go, yeah, catapult. And I said, but what you've got to remember is times have changed. It's not just shooting a tin can. It's...
But then you go to a shoot and you see someone with a catapult you would presume is what you think is a fork.
Yeah.
They're there with a fork and a bit of lackey, and you think, that's what I made when I was a kid, but you go, oh, but I was just cutting anything off and just having a go because it was more fun. Or you're trying to aim with something which isn't round anyway, a stone, so it didn't really matter.
I don't think we're trying to aim as much as what you are
now. Yeah. So it's turned into, obviously now it's a huge, big business, and the competition side of it is as well. So Chatsworth was the first competition. How did the rest, because I know you and Jumbo were instrumental in getting meets together, which then turned into a competitive manner at least.
Well, it was Jumbo, but our Mick Medler, I'd always knocked about with him and he'd knocked about with me, and we'd call and see each other and we'd go in for a walk at Wood, and we just said, oh, let's get a catapult. And then he started off with me, but I got more into like, let's get in some meetings, and then he said, well, we'll try and get something on. Went on internet, met a guy called Marcus Senior. He was the only guy that I could find that was interested in catapults just like me, as much as what I was at the time. Started on the Facebook group with him, and that's when we decided to have one at First Shoots at Sheffield. So
tell me about the First Shoot at Sheffield, because people who are listening might be thinking, right, I've been to the Hunters course, I've been to this, like how was it? Describe it for me. Don't have to say the pub or wherever it was or the thing, but what did it look like? Who was there? How did you turn up? Is it like an illegal rave meet?
No,
or is it like...
because of the catapult group that Marcus started, we advertised it and said, let's have a day of fun. Well, where Mick actually went, let's get out and have some fun. But we were going to have a competition also.
Yeah.
That was it. It just went absolutely stupid. People saying, yeah, I'll come. And then we start thinking, bloody hell. Yeah, there's some coming now. And God bless everybody with catapult community. There's still some of them lads now from the first day still here, yeah.
So where was it? Was it in a field? Was it in a car park? Was it down an alleyway, back garden?
Yeah, it was in it was in, I can explain it, back of a beer garden pub against a brick wall.
Yeah.
And the only reason we really had it there is because the brick wall was that high that we thought if what happens, it was bricks all the way around, and we just thought it was the safest place to do it.
Yeah. Not worried about ricochets at that point. Well, bricks all right, isn't it?
No, there were none of that.
What kind of things were you shooting at it? What kind of mill ball, or was it just whatever you get hands on?
There were none of that. Right, at this competition, you've got to have 8s, 9s, and 10s. This were fetch what you want, shoot what you want. There's some targets down there. Everybody crack on.
What did you do? Was it drawn on targets? Did you have your metals?
It was a piece of washing line.
Yeah,
with 2 6-inch nails or some screws that our Mick had put in, drilled into the wall with a piece of string going across.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect, isn't it? It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's what you did. Yeah.
Did you have were you doing it 10 metres? You just kind of go, here's one line. You're just doing it from there.
I'm not quite sure if it first meet or second one when we started having different distances.
Yeah.
I think the first one we had, I think we kept it at, I think it was 12 metres, 10 metres, something like that.
It's a stump up and a line.
Yeah, that was. I think actually it were a piece of that police stop tape that goes across.
Yeah.
It was something like that, or some barrier tape, something like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you have prizes or anything? Or?
Yeah, there were prizes, and we had a raffle and things like that to try and get a group going.
Brilliant, because that must have felt amazing. Like, you know, just actually suddenly seeing there's like-minded people going, "Why are we all going to meet up? Let's just go, see what happens." And then when you meet up, I mean, the thing about Catapult, and a lot of people say this, definitely in the UK, is there is a real sense of camaraderie, like kind of friendship. You turn up and you'll just go, "I don't know anyone, but I've got a Catapult."
It's like you said, everybody fits in, from rich to poor, fat to thin. You know what I mean?
And the littlest child to the oldest.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I loved it,
and when you're sitting there getting your ass kicked by a 5-year-old kid, and you're just like, fair play.
Yeah.
So you did the ones that said, the back of a pub guard like this. So did you feel that it was a proper, that was just like more of a meet? When was like the first thing you felt this could actually become a thing? Like
straight away, that
straight
first
away,
day.
really?
Knew straight away. I was like, oh my God, look how many people is here. And then I'm thinking, God, if I'm into it and this many people is into it, how many other people there is there?
Yeah.
And that was it, boom.
And now you know there's a lot.
I must admit, if it weren't for Catapult, I wouldn't have been to half the places and met half the people I would have. I love it, absolutely love it.
So then you do, with a couple of others around here, obviously the Sheffield Shoot, which is really well known. So you meet up every, is it Sunday?
Yeah, we meet every. It wasn't really my shoot. I always used to have a shoot on a Sunday and go out, and I'd walk into the woods where I live. And a guy called Lee Hurst, he come a few times with his friend, and he went, "Why don't you come across to ours? It's on the other side of the city. It's not that far, 5 minutes in car." He says, "And we think that you'll like it there." I've been every Sunday since.
The BCA and the UKCA and all the actual almost official things that came about. How did that come about, and who was that with?
Well, on that one, this was 2016. That were Belgium.
Yeah.
I think so. That must have been another two. That must have been 2014. It was something like that, and that's when BCA started.
So British Catapult Association.
Yeah.
And who was part of that? Or
before that, there was the United Kingdom
Catapult
Association. Yeah.
So that was one first. Are they all kind of come from this area as well? It feels like it's almost slightly more up north has kind of got it all together.
No, I think it was just because whenever we had a show, and it was only because I lived at Sheffield, and I could find places where I lived to have these events. Because believe me, when you try and go to a landlord, "Excuse me, is any chance yeah, what are you doing?" "Well, I'm firing ball there and it's got a car park."
Yeah, can we have a load of lads around a load of local lads around with some weapons, and we're just going to shoot at a wall? It's all perfectly safe. They're going to
like, wear goggles.
Yeah, they'd be like, no.
Yeah.
So okay, so UKCA, BCA, were they the same thing? Different names? Were they rival groups?
No, well, not so much rivals. Listen, whatever sport we have, a group of lads, you're always going to get some that don't get on with each other. And I think some lads decided, right, we're going to set our own thing up. I think on them the BCA was set up. But it's all good because there's more people coming into it. If they can advertise as much as what we are, do you know what I mean? Then different people are looking all the time. So it's all good for me. And
then there was a kind of decision to make to kind of smush them together and make the ESF, or something's come about where it's gone from United Kingdom and British to just England and Scotland and Ireland and not Wales.
Yeah, he'll be laughing when he watches this. We all had a chat and said, "Listen, let's all try and get on a bit and let's go to one group and see what we do." And we're doing it, aren't we? We're trying.
It's hard because you're always going to get someone who's going to set up. There's always going to be Catapult groups, but with any sport whatsoever, there's lots of little groups on Facebook. And we found that we want to scale back to we're doing more stuff on YouTube than just on Facebook, because you got this group and then you get hacked on Facebook and then you can't do this and then you got to add me and everything all the time. So if you're organising one thing, you should try and do one.
Well, we're trying.
Try to.
We're trying.
So the shoots have got bigger. Clearly over the years.
Yeah. Mind you saying that? Yeah, they are getting bigger.
In the United Kingdom though, but you went to, was it Spain or Italy, the first one you went to, where you suddenly realised, oh wow, this is a different...
got in touch through one of Facebook groups to a lovely gentleman, and it is that's the thing from Belgium. Luke Dryden, an ambassador for the sport, and he said, listen, there's a catapult competition, do you want to come over here? And when we went, we were like, wow, look at this. This is what we can do this, and in fact, we can do that. And yeah, Belgian people, honestly, made us all feel so welcome. We're still friends now. Kelly, Taylor, the Menace, we went over and saw her show.
I've seen her, and,
like, wow.
And some of the Czech ladies, and the Spanish. The Spanish all got together and said, we don't want to have a ladies' league, we want to shoot with the men.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So what's that feeling? Because you must have you've gone from, oh, we're doing this in a car park, we're doing it in an alley, it's great to find some people, we're getting a bit organised, and then you go somewhere where it's been established for a while. Did you kind of go, oh, it's a thing?
Before we went, we were on about, and somebody said, are we wearing T-shirts? And I went, what, like GB, like T-shirts? Yeah. They? Yeah, look at pictures they've all got.
I know, they've got proper sports-looking ones as well. You're like, oh, I better get a decent T-shirt.
Yeah. I think it's always moving forward, isn't it? In Belgium, I think, when we went there, we were like, look how good these people are.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke Dryden got a chain around his neck, and it says, I might be right, Luke, I don't know, I think it's 140, and he never missed a target in a full weekend.
Oh my gosh, that's
serious. Because he did it, it's like a little silver.
Like a target or something?
No, it's like it's got like a reef around it, and it says 140.
Oh.
And if you do it, you do get
like
one of these.
Like a medal, isn't it?
He's the only other person that's got it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, that's fairly impressive, yeah. Well, we did the Moocher's Guide online competition, and it was the Spanish that mainly dominated that one, because it's such a sport there. It really is something. They really want to do it, and they really want to put the effort. It's not like, oh, I'll have a go. And, you know, we're doing better here now. Like, people are filming themselves better. They're trying to do online competitions. More and more people are either doing trick shots and having a laugh, or they're turning up to the hunters or the tournament type of competitions, aren't they? Like, they seem to be getting a lot more popular.
And a good thing I do like about it is so many other people are saying, right, I'll put a shoot on. Like Sal Bristol's, do you know what I mean? Kevin Wales, everybody, do you know what I mean?
Sussex, they're doing their first ever one, aren't they? Yeah. Which is next weekend.
I don't know the date, but I know that they're doing one. I love it. I think, you know what I mean? More the merrier. Get them on.
It's great, because it's nice to have the federated ones, because however that's going to work in the future, we don't know how that's going to work, because it seems like you're going to have to get in alignment with the World Slingshot Association if the final goal, which I believe a lot of people want, is to get to Olympic potential to be in it.
We'd like to.
So you're going to have to start lining up, and I think we've been slowly in this country lining up to the European standard. Height of target, type of target system.
England Slingshot Federation, we are in that league. We're there.
So that's changed. That's all smartened, and now with the new knockdown target systems, that lines up with more to do with the Chinese style, which essentially is going to be the world slingshot standard.
We hope.
You hope.
To a certain degree. We still have chats on what the England people aren't agreeing with and what they do agree with. You've
got the right to have input as well. Just because China has been using that standard and that type of system doesn't mean it's the be-all and end-all. There could be a system that someone in Sheffield designs with it. It's a famous manufacturing city.
Yeah.
Some of the best ideas that kept the country afloat come from Sheffield. You could design a system and go, that works much better.
Yeah,
you never know.
Jumbo the target maker.
I was going to say, we're sitting there and Jumbo's turning up. So we're going to have to mention the World Slingshot Association. So I believe your name was put forward to be the Vice President for the World Slingshot Association.
Yeah, for England. Yeah.
Right, so you're the person who's a spokesperson, representative for England amongst the World Slingshot Association members.
Yes.
Is there a lot of members in the World Slingshot Association now?
It's growing every day. Every time I go on and have a quick look, it's flying. And especially, like you said, with China and things like that.
Yeah.
They're just smashing it. And if it weren't for them, they have pushed it. Don't get me wrong, we're trying. But China's a lot bigger country than us. They're pushing it so forward.
That's brilliant. But in the end, if you've got an Olympic team, you can only have X amount of people in it. So you can have the biggest country in the world. And yes, you've got a great pool to pick the top 10 out of. But you could also have 10 people from Chad in Africa who sit there with a broken, just taken off a tree and carved down.
Which I love people seeing that.
You know, and that's actually my favourite thing about catapults is, yes, the bands could make a difference and do this, but in the end, if you're a cracking shot, you're a cracking shot. You've seen, and I've seen in this short time, people with no frame, people who could literally pick something up off the floor, dust it off, tie some bands on in seconds. Yeah. You know, they're whacking wheel nuts 20 metres into a pristine target. And I love the fact that I have an accessible sport that doesn't matter how much your kicks were.
That's right.
How much your T-shirt was. It doesn't matter, you can get a hairband and do it.
I think somebody once said to me it's a poor man's shooting sport or something like that. Brilliant. Love it.
There's nothing wrong with that, because if you look at the price, of guns, you look at the price of even rifle club membership, clay pigeon shooting. It's not accessible for a lot of people. And then there's people who've had rifles, I know people who've had air rifles taken off them for mucking about when they're kids. They're not allowed to have them. But with a catapult, if you're doing it in a sensible way, which you guys at Sheffield Shoot really encourage.
We try.
Yeah, like I've talked to obviously Lee before, AD, Darren, yourself, Jumbo, Ben, Barker, etc. And it's try and get the message out there. Yes, everyone's going to be an idiot at some point in their life, but let's really remember that this is for a reason.
Well, I don't think people realise how much power there is.
Yeah.
I really don't.
No.
I really don't. I think for the safety side of it, we always advise people, even though I don't myself, I'm one at worse for it, about wearing goggles or a pair of glasses on.
Yeah.
Because end of the day, it's not something not to be messed about with.
Well, Kev Lloyd's one to talk to about that, because he wears
Kevin, my old pal.
Yeah, but he wears his glasses.
They're
just glasses.
Always wears his glasses.
They're very stylish.
Yeah.
He's got a very good reason for it.
Yeah.
He's seen accidents, been involved in an accident, but also he doesn't want to lose his profession.
That's right.
By that. And maybe there's going to come to a point that perhaps if we all have funky glasses rather than the the thing is, when you get your screw fix ones, they're sweaty, they're heavy, but maybe that's a new size for a range where people can wear, especially now with the whole coronavirus PPE.
I think I have tried them before, and I think it's not the point of you can't get used to shooting with them on. I think you just, you just forget it.
It's like people riding a bike without a helmet. Yeah. I grew up with not riding a bike with a helmet, but then kids these days, on the whole, will grab a helmet to go on a scooter. It's like local, but a lot of kids would these days. People never used to wear seatbelts. Now people are wearing masks in shops. If you asked you 6 months ago, would you see anyone wearing a mask in a shop?
Well, I must admit, to tell you the truth, most of the catapult competitions I have gone to, apart from, including the ones we have ourselves, so we always put a pair of glasses or 5 pair of glasses up for each lane.
Yeah.
It'd be very rare you'll get somebody pick them up and wear them.
Yeah. I think at the Ripley's Rippers shoot, they were insisting the kids wore them.
Yeah.
And I thought that was actually, it was uncomfortable for some of them because they got tiny faces. But they were, and I thought that was actually quite, because they had a very child-friendly environment down there anyway. I thought that was actually an interesting step forward.
Mick.
Yeah, Mick and Nina did a cracking one on that. It was a great shoot.
She's my jam man.
She's jam man. Why is that?
Because whenever she comes.
Oh, she stuck you up, does she? Yeah, she's a cracking cook, isn't she?
Oh, listen. Chutneys, I've had everything.
Oh, have you?
I've had cop felt
that. Nice move. I know, I've been sitting there going, so if I was going to make this bread, Nina, what would perhaps I do? And then he's like, right, do this, do that. I'm like, cracking. Yeah. So that's good. So, but at the Sheffield Shoot, so you guys meet on a Sunday. I had a really good chat with AD and Lee about this when we were at Solihull. And they were saying it's not just about meeting and shooting. It's about having someone to talk to. It's having someone to support you, guide you. He said a lot of you haven't had all the support you needed in life. A lot of the young lads haven't necessarily had strong father or male figures around. And they said, and also we're completely no nonsense.
Oh, so
you turn up, you're messing up, you'll hear all about it. But if you learn your lesson, you're going to get some grub and you're going to get a shoot. And if we see you out in town messing about, we'll have a word.
I've been honoring it. Do you know what I mean? We don't. It's like, listen, you see all these kids and that, and bad this and bad that and that. I don't want kids to get a catapult, because before you know it, every kid has got a catapult, and before we know it, it's going to be on news, and which we've already had some trouble with news and that, haven't we, before, about catapults and this and that. Dangerous thing, like I've said.
Well, this is it, and it's about the guidance, and I think it is going to be a bit tricky, because that transformation into suddenly something is a sport and you could do this, you're always going to get someone messing it about. You always are. That's just the way it is. But that's why you need strong groups, especially with strong lads like yourself.
This is like
just say no.
This is what we're trying to do with World.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? More people that realise that it's not the naughty little boy.
Yes. It's very serious. Honestly, I tell people, I've got new neighbours, and I said, oh, sorry, if you hear... You know, I thought I'd better explain to them what this like constant noise is. I said, it was just my catapult, and you could just see the face, and you just go, I know I've got. It's almost like spelling your surname after. It just becomes a catapult. Oh, by the way, it is a thing, and you have to explain it, and they just go, and then you show them a catapult.
Amazed by it.
I just show them a new type of catapult, not a wooden one, and they just see them just going, and it's just shock. And then there's, I'm going to look that up. You know, it's been
Before
really
you know, they
good.
have looked at it.
Yeah.
I've even been on an airplane with people and sat next to people. Where you're off to? I'm off to Gualdo in Italy. Why? Well, I went for the world's event. I went for the world slingshot competition. Yeah. What? And you're going back? I said, yeah, because of the community in Gualdo.
Yeah. It's amazing, honestly. When I say to people, I've got such a busy weekend. They're like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, well, I'm going up to Scotland here because I've got this Scotland Slingshot Federation shoot. It's outside and stuff. And I've got to go up to here. Then the next weekend I'm shooting down here. They're like, you what? Like, yeah, shooting catapults, like targets. And they're like, that's a thing. You're like, it is a thing. And you're like, half of me wants to tell you about the thing and you come and join the thing. But I also know you're really good at archery. So maybe I don't want you to beat me, but I do. You know,
honestly, it's like I said. It's when I said to people and they go, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm going to meet lads on Sunday. We'll have a shoot and that. Oh, what do you shoot? I'll shoot a catapult. Idiot.
Yeah, go on then.
Idiot. Catapult. Yeah, catapult, mate.
What, like slingshot?
What, like a piece of like a piece of nickel elastic, mate, with an old piece of wood, that kind of thing. And they go, oh, all right. And you think, you think I'm a knobhead, don't you? And then they say, hey, mate, Google that. I go, have you seen that bloke with that catapult? And I go, yeah, mate, I've seen
the minute you start showing them just an Ambrose Draper or a West, that's always a start off good one, isn't it? Because you just see Ambrose just walking away and you go, by the way, he's quite a tall man. And he walks off, and then you're waiting a bit and he's still off, and then you just go, he went, and you go, ping!
Honestly, I tell you the video that I always and I'm not advertising
your
and all
default
that.
Video.
Yeah, honestly, the always video that I always say is, "Go Gamekeeper John, amazing catapult shots," and I'll just say, crack on with that.
Yeah.
And then when I see him maybe a week after, I'll go, "Did you have a look at that?" And he'll go, "He's not using a catapult to shoot them cards. Is he half? Is he, mate?" Yeah, probably is. Yeah.
I mean, we went round Solihull, and one of the new lads, Jack, I believe it was, he was there, and he just went, well, this guy came to work one day and said, I watched this video about Gamekeeper John, and I'm just going to try this catapult. And he goes, oh, what? He goes, well, I saw it, and I thought, I'll get one. So he just went and got one off eBay, got it delivered, and he then won Solihull.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And Gamekeeper John's going, it's great to meet you, I'm so glad I helped you. And he's like, damn, he beat me. And he got a higher score even though he was in the semi-pro.
I once went to
pick you started this, John.
Yeah, I once went to pick a burning, I don't know, pick something up for work. And I dropped skip on floor, and as I dropped skip on floor, the bloke come out of the company, he went, seen you on YouTube, mate, and I went, I don't know, mate, have you? And he went, yeah, I've seen you with catapult. He went, do you mind if I go and get a welding glove and I walk 15 metres down there, will you shoot this can out of my hand? And I thought, he's not messing about either. And these two blokes, and he's saying to these two blokes, wait till you see this kid here with this catapult, he's right good, he'll be going to knock this out of my hand. I thought, oh my God.
What if I miss?
Yeah, what if I miss here, do you know what I mean? And anyway, I filmed it and I knocked it out in his hand, and the other two kids that were with him went, excuse me, mate, says, where do you get them from?
Yeah. This is it.
You know what I mean?
Starting on a thing. So it's it's a real ride of everything that's going on. Is there anything else you think we need to know? So we've covered that there have been a few different associations. There's currently the ESF, which you're part of, as well. Well, with it seems it's a bit of a move in because of this whole COVID-19. Well, you've had to put back one of the shoots, and the second one might not go on.
It's like you said with this COVID thing. We just don't know what's happening. Venues, it's open, it's not open. You can have 5 people, you can have 10 people.
And also the fact that, I mean, the thing about that ESF indoor tournament especially was it was people from everywhere. Yeah. It was 12 at least different countries that came, and that was amazing.
Brilliant to see
and to hear, because you just got all these different languages going on, and there's flags and there's outfits, and you actually feel like you're part of a country event, even though you're not representing the UK.
Yeah, we are.
I felt like, oh my God, I'm on a stage, and then these Czech were coming out, and this and this, and I just thought, this is amazing.
Well, but like you said earlier on, do you know what I mean? When you do think, and I've sat back before, and I've Jesus,
this is a thing.
Yeah.
But obviously this year is really tough, because even if like they couldn't come, for example, because of quarantine, etc., coming to the country, I think the buzz will still be brilliant, but maybe it's waiting till next year, because is it the Europeans next year that the ESF have got?
We're supposed to have been, but we still don't know. No dates. Everything's up in air because every country's different, aren't they?
Every country's up in the air as
well.
I mean,
it's like us saying, we're going to have this event, go ahead, and then we're going to get people complaining to us. So I'm not being funny. I'm from France, Spain, or whatever country, and say we can't come, and we don't think it's fair that you're not giving us the chance. We can't win it all.
Well, it's going to be a bit tough at the moment, but it's still going ahead to try and get a world idea together, isn't it? To get more and more countries on, to get their governments to understand that actually you'd save money getting these Olympic athletes in, because you haven't got to buy them canoes and stuff.
Slingshot World Cup.
Slingshot World Cup.
One of the best weekends of my life.
Yeah.
Loved all the buzz that we had with all England lads, and we were like Olympians. We were, honestly, can ask any lads that went. It was absolutely amazing, and it was so wonderful for me to meet all these people that you see on the internet from all around the world. Yeah. And like you said, you enjoyed Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Well, you can imagine a village of people being at a bar. Yeah. When you've got Americans, Darren and Sarah, love you both. Everybody, the people from, like you said, from every single country that you can imagine, people walking up to us. Yeah, you're Ian. Yeah. God, you're Billy. Yeah.
It's amazing. Honestly, that's the one thing, because you see someone's name, or you see their photo, or you see their joke, whatever name like this, but then you see them in person, and you do get a little, it's not starstruck, but it is a bit like, oh, it's you. You see someone, you go, oh, I love that catapult that you built. And all these little memories come up, and you get a bit excited about meeting people, or you've been chatting for ages.
When I went to World Cup, all England people, anybody that went will tell you, Marco Berretti and rest of his colleagues that does work out there. For me, it were just as good as being at the Olympics.
There you go, and you're actually there. So is there anything else you think you'd like to mention about this whole catapult journey? We've interviewed quite a lot of other people anyway, or is there anyone else you would like to nominate in this to be interviewed? We've covered most, I think. So
you've had Jumbo then, haven't you?
Jumbo we've done, yeah. We need to get a bit more on that, because he gave us... It was a really nice interview, actually. But I think he said quite a lot about it starting, but he was like, you need to ask Ian, he's better at talking about it than me.
Little midget, by the way. I'm still going to call you midget.
He's stitched you up. He's a lovely, a very kind, a very clever gentleman as well.
I think what people don't realise is, and I think there is people out there, you rate us or you rate us not, catapult community is still going to carry on whether or not we're in charge or somebody else is in charge. But the work that man...
Yeah.
In
all fairness, like, he puts in an awful lot. I think you all put on the organisational front a lot of work, because when you go to a shoot and it works, and yes, there's a little hiccup, you are seeing just the cherry on top. Like, you have not seen...
For all you that come to these shoots and you think, well, I can do one of them, crack on.
Yeah, Nina and Mick will tell you that.
Have a go. I'm not being horrible to anybody. Have a go. We can't please everybody as much as we try.
And let's put on some more shoots, because I think it's great to have the federated ones, don't get me wrong, but actually those little meetups.
I love them little meetups.
I love the little meetups. Yep. Wales was brilliant. I love that. That was. I really enjoyed that shoot. It's great to see little ones popping up. We've got the Bristol versus Wales Welsh Warriors. Yeah. We're gonna do. It's at the Hunters Course one, down on their nice course on the path, and just see how that goes.
Sheffield. I think it's just because there's that many of us.
Yeah.
That also right Sunday. Yeah. See you next Sunday then, and it's just snowball.
And you guys, in all fairness, are pretty legends in the catapult community. It isn't like, oh, let's go up there, we'll see Ian. It's like, Ian and Jumper, and you got Bimberg, and you got Ted, and you got these. And you kind of like see all the names. You got like when AD's coming down, and Darren's coming. You kind of go, oh, they're all there. I can get them all in one swoop.
Yeah, well, tomorrow will be interesting. Yeah. But it was good a couple of weeks ago when we went down and we took a fishing rod, and we caught some brown trout. And we all looked round and we went, how lucky are we to have this place where we can have a drink, go fishing, have a shoot, always take us rubbish away back in the bag with us. We're so lucky, because I know that a lot of you do struggle to find places. Yeah,
you've got a cracking spot there. Well, we're coming to see you tomorrow. We've also got guest stars of Gamekeeper John's coming down with, I think Mikey, I can't remember who else is coming down. We've got us three for the Moochers guide, and we're looking forward to...
You've got Adam at the Dukes, Adam and Stuart.
Oh yeah, you got the Duke brothers.
I don't know, I've got a funny feeling that we're going to get a couple of surprises off different people to take to. Once Crog will be there. We've got Lip and Marcus King.
Yeah.
Right. I think they'll be popping down. Rest at Sheffield lads are always there anyway.
Can't wait. So is there anything else you want to say? Final words about anything? Anything forgotten, or should we just tag it on later?
Tag it on later. Let's go for a shoot.
Get us a shoot.
Oh, I would like to say one thing.
Oh yeah.
When we had Richmond shoots, people that aren't into the catapult scene for some reason or another, you haven't been forgotten. It's still in. We all know that everybody helped.
Yeah. In
one way or another. Spanker, hope you're alright, pal. Listen, I could go on. Yeah, go on, Shog.
Take your noise away.
Look,
he's made proper notes and everything.
I tried to mention everybody, so I haven't mentioned none of you really, because there'll be somebody that I miss. But thank you to everybody.
There we go. Well, big shout out to everyone, and thank you so much for spending the time today. And let's go out and hit some stuff for catapults.
Let's go.
Cracking.
AJ Jones, from what I can remember, he were one at. Where did he say? He were one at.
One at original.
He were. Is that right, Ben?
Yeah,
he were one at. Yeah, he were one at first to come. Come to loads of shoots with big beard. With you said to him, he's got food in the beard. No, it's sick. Lovely chap. Unfortunately, things happen that we don't like doing so. If we could just have, please, 1 minute silence, so AJ, and give this 1 minute of your time to have a think about him and something laughs you had with him, please. Thank you very much. 3 cheers for AJ. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! All the best, AJ, pal, wherever you're fucking at.